Hi, I'm Sebastian from Common Paper. I want to show you a new feature we've been working on in which you can now specify a signer on a contract to be different from the owner of a contract. For example, let's say you have a workflow where you want a specific person to negotiate all the parts of a contract, but you want the contract to be sent to a separate person at the end of the negotiation process for signing. You can now do that, and I'm going to show you how. Before I start, just to orient yourself a bit, up here in the top left, we have our Common Paper negotiation platform. On the top right, I have the email inbox for the owner of the contract. That's the person who is managing the process and doing all the negotiations from the sender side. In the bottom left, we have the recipient's mail inbox, and in the bottom right is the signer's inbox. So to begin with, I'm going to go here and create an agreement. I'm going to send it to the recipient, and we'll call that person recipient as well. And let's say I want to customize our standard agreement a bit by maybe having an NDA that expires 3 years from today. At the bottom here in the settings, I can now specify who I want to be the signer on this agreement, and I'm going to make it the signer person. Finally, I can decide whether I want my signer to always be the last person to sign, and in this case I do, so I'm going to leave this checkbox checked, and we'll send the agreement. So now we can see here in the recipient's inbox, sender, which is the name of my organization, has sent you an NDA. And so as the recipient, I will review the agreement. And let's say I want to make a few changes to negotiate. I say I want it to expire 2 years from the effective date. I will fill in my title and organization name and my address and submit my changes. Great. We can now see here in the owner's inbox that first we see that the recipient has viewed the agreement, and then secondly, we got an email showing that the recipient has proposed changes for the agreement. So we will again now log in as the owner of the agreement. We can see by the red line what changes were made, and if we're happy with them, we can now accept the agreement and send it for signature. Since we specified that we want our signer to be the last person to sign, we will accept the agreement and send it back to the recipient for them to sign first. The recipient gets in their inbox another email saying that the agreement is ready for signature. So we will now sign it as the recipient. Here we go. So now the recipient has signed the agreement. They will get an email in their inbox letting them know that they've signed it. The owner of the agreement will get an email giving them an update saying the recipient has signed the agreement. And finally, the signer now gets brought into the negotiation flow or the contracting flow by letting them know that the agreement is ready for them to sign. So now the signer will also go into the platform and sign their contract. There we go. Now everyone has signed the agreement. So the final step is verifying that all three parties in this contracting workflow should now get an email saying that they have all signed the agreement. And there we go. Everyone receives the email with the fully signed and executed contract straight in their inbox. As a final check, we will just click in on this agreement and we can see the full history of the agreement, where it was initially sent, viewed, some changes was proposed, it was sent for signature, and then signed by both parties. So that's it. Thank you for watching.